So we're going around here on the Library Mall, and we're asking. No, you can come in. We're just testing the audio. What do you usually do on Easter? Wow, you have a big head. You know that? Hello. Can we ask you a few questions?
About what?
About Easter.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, all right. How about you? What does Easter mean to you?
It's a time to spend with family, like any other holiday. I don't know.
Have you also ever heard the Easter be called Resurrection Day?
No.
Well, I believe Easter is for Christ. You feel me? That's what it's supposed to be, but pagans have changed it into where you gotta find an egg. So,
What do you usually do on Easter?
well, I just give God thanks for letting me see Easter.
Do you go to church or anything?
Go to church, but the church started you.
What do you do on Easter?
Go to church, eat dinner with my family. But as a kid, that's when Easter was most lit. You know,
Why?
the egg hunts.
Hey, Easter Sunday, I'm bringing my peeps with me.
What does Easter mean for you?
Well, I mean, it's the celebration of Christ's victory over the grave. So, I mean, it's naturally like the biggest day of the whole year.
When you think about Easter, what comes to mind first?
Probably getting together with my family.
Have you heard this story about this Jewish man, Jesus, who died and was resurrected?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Do you feel like that actually happened?
I have no idea. I haven't given it much thought.
Like if it was a legit thing, would you give it more thought?
Probably, sure.
Do you guys do Easter?
I do.
To the best of your knowledge, is this like a myth or is this fact?
I mean, I think it's fact just 'cause I'm a very religious person. Like, my family's very religious, so it's just kind of how I grew up. So I think it is. Is it crazy to think about now? Yeah, but somewhere in my head it still makes sense.
What do you do on Easter Sunday?
Nothing special.
Do you think that Jesus rising from the dead, dying on the cross, rising from the dead, do you think that's true? Do you think that's fact?
I don't believe it.
Do you have any traditions that you do on Easter?
I used to do like Easter egg hunts when I was like 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now probably not.
Do you ever go to church on Easter?
Not anymore, no.
So you know the story about Jesus and how he died on the cross for us and rose again?
Yeah.
So when you hear that story, do you think that it's true or do you think that it's fable?
I have no clue. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
I was not raised in like a Christian tradition at all, so I'm really not familiar with the holiday at all. So I know it's a time to like hang out and enjoy the spring weather and cruise around, hike in the woods, whatever. But
Ever heard about the resurrection of Jesus?
a little bit, not too much. To me, it is not factual, but that's because I don't come from that religious. It's not, but to me personally, because I don't come from that religious background.
How about you, sir?
I mean, I think a lot of these things are built upon stories, and a lot of the things that we think in history weren't even factual that a lot of people do think are real. So whether or not it's real is kind of irrelevant to the celebration of it, really.
Do you have any traditions or things you normally do?
We go to church service on Easter. I'm a Christian, so that's the reason for the holiday for us, to celebrate the resurrection. Besides that, my mom just makes a lot of great sweets. Gooey butter cake, one of my favorites.
What do you guys think about Easter?
We love it. The candy, the colors, just makes everyone happy.
What about the spiritual message in it? Do you? Where you going?
Not really religious in that sense. We do resonate with all the spiritual messages.
What? Give me.
Have a wonderful.
Okay.
Do you celebrate Easter?
I do celebrate Easter. We're churchgoers, so we spend time at church over that Holy Week and into the Easter season.
So you do Good Friday?
It's my favorite time of the year.
Oh, that's great.
Celebrating, yeah.
Yeah, I've always done Easter. I've grown up Catholic, in England, so I don't do Easter.
Don't do Easter. Have you heard of this Jewish man named Jesus? The Bible says that he rose from the dead. So in your opinion, is this fact or is this myth or somewhere in between?
I wouldn't go as far as say myth, but I think it's more plausible to say Jesus was a person who existed than God was. That's just my opinion. But just in terms of the stories of Easter and him rising, there's nice moral components to that. Just in terms of what you can take from Christianity without all the bad stuff, you can just take nice stories about Jesus.
And how about you?
I don't know if I believe any of it, but people can just celebrate whatever they want to celebrate.
I celebrate Passover, which is kind of the same time as Easter. I don't believe the story of Passover, but I do think it's got some things that are true in the story and some things that are just kind of changed throughout time.
What would have to happen for you to believe?
I don't think anything would make you believe it. Yeah.
Do you guys celebrate Easter? Do anything on Easter? You go out?
We grill out.
Have you guys heard of a guy named Jesus who died on the cross and rose again for us?
Of course.
Do you believe those things and the things in the Bible are true? Do you think they're more fictional?
I believe they're true. We do believe in the Bible.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Do you guys ever go to church on Easter?
Oh, yeah. My husband and I go to church every Sunday.
Who is Jesus Christ to you?
To me, Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. The reason I wake up every morning. That's why Easter is so special to me. Is like the story of Easter and the resurrection. Thinking that Jesus endured all that He did for my life. Just my little life is pretty incredible to me. It makes me feel really special. I'm glad you guys are out here doing this because Easter is very important to me, to my family. So yeah.